Old man?
Sure.
Old man.
He likes to smell it.
He says, I'm learning about human beings.
Yeah, right. Learning how to manipulate them.
Right now, it's I already know that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I was driving home the other day, and I thought, what a good spot for you to start your show.
What?
That show you want to do, where you go around Detroit,
Yeah.
talk about shit.
Yeah.
Amazon building. You can walk around that, like, kind of drive around that neighborhood and start there and be like, because at some point, that shit's gonna be fucking back to normal quick. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
mean that, right.
Yeah. So you go there, you show what, you know, and then go, like, it's a nice little place to start because you got two contrasts. You have the Palmer side, which is still fucking really nice, and then you have this side, which has just been decimated.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well,
it's a good spot to start.
You're right. That would be very interesting. You need... No,
Oh. You need to let that shit go.
that's nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
Dakota got me that.
That big old fat Buddha on there.
The breakfast.
Man, they got dang. I'm trying to remember what city it is in Vietnam. They got a Buddha that's huge. It's big, huge. They got a big, huge Buddha. Then they got another one. I don't know who this other one is. That's laying down. I'm talking. These are huge. I think they're made out of gold.
Gold? Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Plus they got a drag on their bridge. The bridge that they got a bridge. I think it's in. They got this giant snake on the bridge.
Snake? Like a gold snake?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean a snake. I meant to say a dragon.
Oh. Well, I mean, isn't just a dragon a big ass snake with wings?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Basically, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that there might not have been
No,
at some
basically
point.
it is. You're right.
At some point in history, a dragon might have existed, because it may have.
It could have very well have existed. I don't know if it breathed fire, but it could have been dragons.
I mean, dinosaurs existed, and
Yeah.
dinosaurs basically a fucking dragon.
And you know what? They do have spitting snakes too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They'll spit poison to your
burn your
face.
eyes.
Yeah.
It's for blinding their victims.
Yeah.
Or people that are trying to attack them. Because snakes are predators, but at the same time, they're not big enough not to be prey.
Oh yeah, for some. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not very much that preys on snakes. I mean, there's a damn mongoose.
There's a lot of things that probably prey on
A
snakes.
fucking mongoose are not afraid of snakes at all.
Well,
Monkeys aren't either. You seen that thing on YouTube?
I hadn't
What?
seen it on YouTube.
Oh, these two monkeys. The snake was trying to eat. I think it was a deer, a little baby deer. It had it in his mouth. Swallowed it. These two monkeys came up with sticks, started beating that snake's ass, man. He coughed that deer up. And then the monkeys looked around like that, went back into the woods or the jungle. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy, man.
Damn. They saved the fucking baby deer.
Yeah. They probably ate the motherfucker later on. You know what I
Do
mean?
you think the monkeys? Nah, they probably eat. I think
Monkeys eat everything.
I know.
They're carnivorous and they're
Right, but they're opportunistic.
right. You're right.
sense.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not gonna hunt
They're
down.
not gonna hunt it down.
No.
If they found it dead,
They would eat.
or they took it from another animal that
Yes.
already, they'll
Yeah.
eat it. Right, you're right.
So maybe they would thought that thing was gonna die anyway. Later on, they were probably gonna come back.
Yeah, but man, they beat that snake. It was when I say a big snake.
What up, Mr. Kilgore? If you're not working, you're welcome to come by and join us. But I'm sure you're working.
Who is that?
Mr. Rick Kilgore. Pickle Rick. Well, they call him Pickle Rick now.
And they call him Pickle Rick because
I don't know, maybe because he sounds like a 90-year-old woman that smokes cigarettes since she was 12. I don't know. Like when you meet him, you're like, oh yeah, you got that smoker's voice.
Yeah.
You know what voice I'm talking about. But I don't know why they call him Pickle. Because his name's Rick, I assume, and Pickle Rick was a cool, funny thing.
We're shooting right now. We're on right now?
Yeah.
You gotta cut the light out.
Oh, they can see us.
No, they can't. They can't see me.
You want to bet?
Oh. Did you get a different camera?
No, it's my fucking phone. It's bright enough in here that
Oh, okay.
you can see what's going on.
I want people to see my gorgeous face.
Well, they can see it all.
Oh, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh. Man, after I got home yesterday, I was out of it. I didn't even know I fell asleep. I woke up, I was like, oh. And I don't do that.
Yeah, I napped. Not yesterday. Was it yesterday?
I think it's because I overdid it.
I think the storm was coming in too.
Yeah, all of that.
A storm front like that fucks up my fucking everything.
Yeah.
Just makes me feel off.
I had a dream about Joe Rogan. It's weird.
I have watched a little more Rogan in the last couple of days, but it's because who he's had on.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't not look at him anymore.
He's just on Spotify, so I don't see, like, if
Yeah.
it's not on YouTube, I don't see it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and we put stuff up. We put stuff up on it. Like, you can find our show on, like, older ones on Spotify.
Whose show?
Ours. I used to transfer it over and put it on Spotify, but then
Oh.
I just got bored of it.
Oh.
Because it's a pain in the dick. I gotta take it and I
You gotta do a bunch of shit.
I gotta convert it into an audio file.
Okay.
And then I gotta take the audio file and then send it to, or do something else to get it to go into another file.
In other words, you gotta go through steps.
Go through another company that then puts it on Spotify for me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I didn't want to do it. You know, I don't know.
I mean, there's this other dude, but I can't remember his name now. He's a Russian. Very intelligent dude. I like his show. What's his name? Can't think of it right now. He's a Russian. I mean, he's from Russia. I think he lives in the States, but he's, originally from Russia.
Yeah.
He did a whole week of number UFO stuff.
Really?
He had everybody on there, except for Bob Lazar, but he talked about Bob Lazar.
You are nutty about that fucking.
I'm telling you.
I don't disagree with
I'm
you or
telling
not
you.
believe you. It's more of the fact that it doesn't affect me right now.
Oh, it's going to affect you then.
When if it ever happens.
Well, no. You're wrong. It's affecting you right now. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
But not if it is, it's not in a good way then. I think they see us as greedy monkeys still, and they realize that we're not.
I think they see us as not prepared
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for them to give us their technology.
Greedy ass monkeys that would try to take over the fucking universe
That's why.
for their own survival.
That's why they come. They look at us and say, "Are they ready yet?" No, these motherfuckers are still fucked up. They leave. They come back. And plus, I think it's more than. It's several different ones coming. It's not just one.
Yeah, but why would you?
Because they have different machines. Oh, I saw a thing that showed all the different UFO machines that have been either photographed or caught accidentally on movies and stuff. There's over 150 different kinds of vehicles. So I think they're coming from more than one area.
I mean,
And some of them I think only come once, You can't come back.
We're at my house, fucker. My wife's down at the doctor's.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where do you think you were? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how he didn't know I was home. I mean, this looks like my house, fucker. That's Lou, by the way.
oh.
Like, he definitely knows what the fucking house looked like. So how are you gonna, what's the point of the show? Just to kind of like talk about what you remember about the places, or is it more about what you think the history is? Not, because, again,
It's all that. It's everything. The history that I know about, whatever history I know, whatever experience I had in that history, and what's happening
well,
now.
because State Fair, because we're starting at State, I think State Fair is a good place, because I didn't even think about it.
And I have a history at the State Fair.
It's the State Fairgrounds,
And I have a history there.
which isn't the State Fairgrounds anymore.
No. It's private property.
Yeah.
Private property. You see they put that big, all the way around, put that big, what do you call it, berm? Berm?
I don't know if that's gonna stay. I think that was just dirt that was used. I don't know if they're gonna actually have a burn, because they're gonna use that neighborhood.
You're gonna have a berm.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be grass on it.
Oh, maybe some trees.
Yeah, it's gonna have grass,
I
flowers.
think they all do that, don't
It's
they?
gonna be grass, flowers, trees. I'm gonna tell you why. When I went to the State Fair, look, one of the craziest things that always used to happen there is crazy people would get on the State Fairgrounds and do crazy things because of that neighborhood at the time.
Yeah, but
I mean-
the neighborhood's empty now.
It just about. Some of those streets only have 2 or 3 houses on them.
Yeah, I know. And the two houses, like, some streets have 2 or 3 houses, none of them livable. Some streets have 10 houses, 2 of them livable. Yeah, I know.
And they are building some new houses back there.
Yeah, they're just sold, there's a bunch of property that's sold, it's gonna be like apartments and shit.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be apartments that people that work there.
Let me look, let me see how many, I don't, somebody said there was gonna be like 750,000 jobs.
750,000.
Yeah.
No, not in that one place. No. Huh? Oh. That place is that big? I guess different shifts. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know how much. Oh, bringing at least 1,200.
Okay.
1,200 jobs.
That
So that's more, wait, makes more sense. But it's still a lot of jobs in that little area.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
And you know what else?
Not really. When you think about all the jobs that have left.
Yeah, but I mean, that's 1,200 more people got jobs.
I know.
And not, wait a minute, not only that, you gotta look at what's gonna happen in the area there. There's plenty of room for development. So that means somebody's gonna put a couple of restaurants.
Restaurants will start, like the bowling alley will start opening back up.
Yeah.
Shit like
Some
that. Yeah,
new restaurants are gonna pop up. A daycare center is gonna pop up. Yeah, the workers. I'm sure they're gonna have a daycare center. When you come to work, you drop her off across the street from the job. Go
Dude,
through the
he
thing.
is not a good person, man. I hope he dies on the way up.
Who?
Fucking Bezos, man. Like, did you
Oh,
hear
don't
what he-
ever hope anybody dies. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a little harsh.
That is harsh. But he's like, he basically like, his plan is you like, he doesn't want you to last. Like, he doesn't want to build a fucking generation, like a foundation of workers. He just wants to keep filing through. Like, he has no interest in, like, no, it's one job.
And you get this impression from him?
No, there's stories out there.
Okay.
People who work for him.
Yeah.
He thinks of his
Background.
He thinks of his of the workers underneath him as basically just fodder. And he believes that if you let someone stay too long, they'll just become a problem. So there's no reason. You gotta get rid of them.
That old corporate.
Like a 3-year thing. 3 years they've used.
That's that corporate management shit.
Yeah, they've limited or used their limitness or used their usefulness, and they're done. There's no reason to move them up.
And then you have to worry about paying for all those other things.
the shit that comes along with lifetime. Like that's why GM. I'm assuming it's because he knows GM. You know, you think about it, they had lifetime people. People work there 20 years, and you got to pay them fucking retirements and
My
shit.
mother worked for GM for 30 years.
It makes fucking sense why he wants to do that, because he wants more money. That's my point. He flies up in a rocket. I mean, you're going up in a rocket, dude, that you have basically got bailed out for anyway. So it's like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna, like, it feel like this is gonna be the point where society's gonna start changing.
Yeah, you're right. You know what that is, right?
You know who?
Remember that movie? Was it Elysium? Where the rich people lived up above the clouds?
Yeah, I know.
That's what's gonna happen.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
It's not that fucking easy. It's too fucking hard to live in space. No, you're not understanding.
Who just put a
It's
space
too
station?
fucking hard to live on most of the planet.
Who just put a space station in
No,
space?
I need you to understand though. Think about how hard it is to live on most of the planet. 85% of the planet is inhabitable. Think about that. Completely inhabitable to humans.
No, not inhabitable.
To an extent, yeah. All the ocean is inhabitable. You can't live on that.
You can live under it.
Right. Yeah, technically if you do some stupid shit, but I'm talking like, yeah, but it's really hard
Okay.
and really, really expensive.
Okay, let's take the United States for instance. Okay,
Okay.
most of the United States is empty. 80% of the United States is empty.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
I know.
Plenty of room for
And the
people.
United States is a fraction of the fucking planet.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you.
understand.
It's like 1% of the planet's fucking goddamn. That's my point. You take that 1%, you add in all the other 3-4% where all the people live. There's a reason why India has cities that are basically packed the fucking together. It's not because they want to. It's because the fucking country's unlivable. Most of it's mountainous and travinous in areas you can't live. So they have to live just like Japan. So it's like most of the planet isn't livable for most humans. Some humans can live there because, you get a couple humans, they can survive. Space is a billion times worse. A billion times worse. So to think that they're going to be in space in the next 10 years living, the rich people, no. 300 years from now, I could see if we keep going down this
Oh,
same
it's
route.
not gonna be that long. It's not gonna be that long at all. It's not gonna be that long at all. In 20 years, people will be living in the upper atmosphere.
I think it's
around
too
the
expensive and
earth.
it costs too much.
Not
Shit.
for, not for billionaires and millionaires.
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
you're not understanding. Like, what I'm trying to... Everything goes... Like, if you want to live underwater, you can live underwater right now. But you can only do it for a certain amount of time. Even if you build the best fucking thing, at some point, it's going to deteriorate unless you maintain it.
Well, yeah, of course.
Maintenance underwater is fucking really hard.
It
Now,
sure is.
maintenance in space at this level, with the education we have on most of our people, is fucking impossible. There's
No.
only a fucking fraction of the percentage that can live in space, let alone do shit in space.
Okay, first of all, let's remember something.
I don't think I could.
Let's remember something.
Well, maybe I could if I put my mind to
I
it.
mean, when you look at it, it's not that many millionaires and billionaires on Earth. Really, take the population.
To be honest, before that happens, they'll fucking get beheaded.
No.
Yes. Look at Russia 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing.
Yeah, but see,
It was billionaires and trillionaires making their people live off fucking scraps, and at some point they went, and now
the
that
same
was
thing going on now.
that was before you had communication.
It's
Now
the same-
you have complete communication and information for everyone. Don't tell me it ain't gonna happen. They'll burn a fucking building down. They'll find out where they live. I know
Yeah.
they got safe houses,
Well,
but it
of
don't
course,
matter.
history repeats itself because people do dumb shit, and they're doing it now. Like these, and I'm not just picking on the Republicans because they're good Republicans and they're bad Republicans. So I want to make that straight
There's
right now.
good Democrats and
Okay,
bad Democrats.
right, but
They're all elite. They're
These-
all fucking WWE stars.
but that's the point I'm making. They're gonna separate themselves from us.
They're trying to.
They're
but
going
it's not
to.
gonna work.
Oh, it is.
No, I don't think so. I think it would have worked 100 years ago if you didn't. If you're in China, it's a lot easier to do what you're saying because they control the fucking what you see. You can't control what people see here for the most part.
Like you added that in there because they can't control what we see. We're under an illusion. That's what why I keep telling you it's a simulation. We're under an illusion that we're in a free country. We're free. We're Americans. We're free.
We're
It's an
under an
illusion.
That's what Loki's all about. Loki's about, you know, the Marvel thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about
Asgard.
It's about a timeline. That's it. It's about a singular timeline where there's this group of people who make sure that that timeline stays the way it is.
Mhm.
And any variation from you basically deciding not to go to fucking wherever you're like, oh, I'm hungry. No, I'm not going to go that way. That can cause a variation in the timeline.
Okay.
To something dramatic as Loki stealing a fucking Tesseract, whatever it may be.
Whatever the Tesseract.
Yeah. So that's the premise, is you don't have choice. It's already predetermined. It already happened over and over and over and over again. And the multiverse is the cure to that, because it may happen over and over again in one timeline, but it's going to be different in the multiple timelines. So is that...
It's
Are we watching a movie through our own eyes?
Are we watching our own movie?
Yeah, you're definitely watching your own movie.
And who else is watching it? Who's directing the movie? Who's producing? This is what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to direct it myself.
But you can't direct and produce. Somebody, everything that's complex needs what they call a promoter, an administrator, somebody behind the scenes that makes sure everything stays in the right way. And that's what the simulation is.
I guess. I don't know.
Now, maybe when you die, maybe that's not how you. That could be right either. So, that's weird. It's complex.
I mean,
It's
really,
it's
really
complex.
no good.
It's complex.
It's really impossible to think about.
What are we smoking?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Excuse me. Yeah. It's
I mean,
complex.
to be honest with you, that's what the Buddhists taught, though, is don't think about it.
You-
Stop worrying about what the fuck you can't control. Which
Exactly.
is everything.
That's why.
And just let life be what it is.
So how far? But how far do you take that? Do you take it to the extreme? Because I mean, you can just say, "Fuck it, I'll let life do what it's gonna do," and just don't give a fuck about shit.
Yeah, that's different though.
How is it different? It's the same.
You're not letting life come to you. You're basically not giving a fuck about life. Where if you're just letting life happen.
Life's gonna automatically come to you. That's
No,
all
I know, but if you're pushing it away, that's what I'm saying. By not giving a fuck, you're pushing it away.
It's like when people decide they don't want to be in society anymore. They go out in the wilderness and they live like a hermit.
And people crave it.
And some people love that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
When
if
I
I
was
had some, if I knew,
No, not what I'm talking about. Up in the
I
last,
would need to work. I would definitely need to put the thing is if I had $1 million and I was bored and I had nothing else to do, yeah, I would put the work in and do it. It would be fun to experiment, knowing that I can at any given moment leave. Do I want to do it for real? No, I'll do that when it happens. If it happens, then I'll deal with it. If I don't do it well, then I die. If I do it well, I don't. I don't really have a choice in the matter.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't have any choice.
No, at any given moment, that fucking volcano.
Well, you know what? You may not have a choice in the overall, but you do make decisions based on your
Yeah.
input.
No, I get that. You do have a choice, but at the same time,
When you make the choice,
we're
are
talking
you
about-
making it?
No, we're talking about big. We're talking about big life decisions. We're talking about not even decisions. We're not talking about decisions. We're talking about. I worry about my choices, yes, but I don't worry about things I can't control, which are outside of my realm. My choice is not to be that person. My choice is to grow some shit here as a hobby because it sounds like fun. Because hopefully I don't have to have that other issue where I have to grow my food to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do it as a hobby, but you know, if given, you know, I just don't
If
worry.
push comes
I don't
to
worry
shove.
about whether or not it's going to be that way. I don't do it because I think I need to.
That's gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah, I do it because I want to do it. I'm interested in learning, and it also prepares me a little bit. So it gives me a little bit of motivation to know that if something did happen, I might have a little bit of skill to live a little longer. But would I really want to?
That's
Are there
the point.
zombies
But that's the
coming
point.
after you?
That's
Is
the
there no
point.
sun anymore because of
Because you might not want to live.
out?
You might not want to live.
Yeah,
You
what
might
if-
want to just say fuck it.
Yeah, and move on to the next realm, whatever the fuck it is, or go back and start over if that's what you do. Because that's maybe all it is you just keep resetting.
Yeah, man. Life's crazy, man. It's a
Yeah.
crazy thing. You know, getting back to this UFO thing. So I'm doing my research. In my research, I found out that there's some segments of our government that think UFOs are demons. And they don't want to fuck with it. They don't want anybody fucking with it. They don't want to talk about it.
Oh my god, that's what happens when you have to be a Christian to be a fucking senator.
And that's what they were saying. The
Dude,
ones,
it is so fucking stupid.
yeah, they said the ones that are like that are, you know, like the religious right ones.
Yeah, the crazy fucking Christians. Because they're fucking dumb. They have this dumb mentality about what the fuck the world is.
How did they come to these conclusions? So what made them
Because they
that
were
way?
raised in it, man.
Most of them are raised in it, or they had such stress in their life. Because again, we've set up the world to where if you want to have a little fun with alcohol, you're probably okay. You want to beat your wife with alcohol, you're probably okay. But you want to smoke a little weed, or you want to do a little fucking heroin, you could probably go to jail.
Yeah.
You could make your kid live without you for 6-7 years because you wanted to smoke a fucking joint.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
we
crazy.
don't live in a society where people fucking are given good opportunities anymore. Like, it's not the same as it
Or
used to
people are
be.
just left alone to do whatever they want to do as long as they're not hurting anybody. That's the whole point.
That's what everyone wants. But one side sees that as an infringement because they can't do what the fuck they want.
Crazy.
That's what it is.
It's
One
crazy.
side wants to fucking keep doing what they were doing, basically fucking over people that aren't them.
It's crazy. I think we got some crazy shit coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I get that feeling. I don't know what it is, but something really crazy is getting
Well, you know that they...
He keeps spouting that they're going to take the office back in August.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Not take it back, but be reinstated.
What the fuck are they thinking? Now, how's all that supposed to happen?
I don't know, but when your best line of offense right now is a former crackhead who brags about being a former crackhead.
I know.
I was a crackhead, so I know how to control myself now. I couldn't control myself with the crack before, but I'm sure I can control myself now.
That guy is completely out of it. He is just like way out. He's way out.
And he's doing it all to sell fucking pillows.
I got the machines.
Did you see that? Like his little rallies, they're basically to sell pillows. He gets your money to come, and then he sells you a pillow.
Yeah, man.
Look. But I think a lot of distributors stopped putting this shit
They
up.
did. I mean, big time places.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Walmart's and shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Stop handling this merchandise.
Like, I'm not a fan of Walmart and what they do. I think those kids are part of the problem too.
They're super rich.
Well, not even super rich. They're fucking godly. They're fucking king-like. They're royalty, basically. Were they giving it on merit or on fucking blood? Blood. That's that's not a meritocracy. That's a
Dude.
fucking
If you go back and check,
hierarchy.
it's just like this this new holiday,
What new holiday?
the 10th.
No, it's the 19th.
Yeah, the 10th. It's like this new
Juneteenth.
holiday. You know, a lot of things in this country were built by black people.
Yeah.
But a lot of white people don't know that.
A lot of things were built by Chinese people, too.
Yes, sir. Sure were. And in fact, our whole railroad system,
Yeah.
there was a lot of Chinese workers. And you know why they were Chinese workers?
Because they were cheap.
They were, yeah,
They were cheap as fuck.
because it was after slavery.
And Chinese people were definitely, like, they were treated as if they were second rate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They call them dogs and shit.
Yeah, they treated them bad.
The Chinese. So you know they just built a space station. You heard about that, right?
Who?
The Chinese. They got a space station now.
Oh, they ever been on the moon?
They're on the moon now. In fact, they're on the far side of the
The
moon.
drones, right? They got a drone on the moon.
They got, but it doesn't fly.
No, it's a fucking.
Yeah, it's a
rover.
rover.
It's a rover.
Yeah,
That's what it's called, a rover.
yeah. Yeah, they got that on the far side of the moon. Now they got the space station because they said the United States.
Chocolate little almond.
Okay, cool. They said the United States wouldn't let them.
Yeah, I don't know where.
They weren't welcome.
What?
Oh,
they
the United
weren't-
States didn't want to work with them in space.
So they built their own fucking ship.
Mm-hmm. The Chinese are making a statement.
Well, they've been making a statement. They're taking over Africa.
And you know, India, I saw a thing about that too.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
the guy,
no joke.
this African king, which I mean, he's from Kenya, Nairobi. And he says, Chinese think we're stupid. You're not stupid. They can come over and build whatever they want to build. They're never going to control us. So after they build everything, we're going to kick them out of the country. I was like, what?
I don't know, man. They got too big a military to be doing that shit.
The most experienced military men in the world are in Africa. You know why?
Yeah, because they're always fighting.
They're always at war. And the Russians have trained them. The United States have trained them. The English have trained them.
Chinese have trained them.
Mm-hmm. So there's something. That's why they don't want. That's why they're getting out of Sudan. That's why they don't want to go back to what's that? Black Hawk Down,
Iraq.
Somalia. Oh, they said them motherfuckers. Somalia. They're awful. They got all kinds of weapons. They got 11-year-old kids.
I mean, dudes are just literally sucking the resources out of these areas and leaving people poor as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect to happen?
They went to this one town. There was no young people. None. They're all gone. Either kidnapped, or made to become soldiers. They're like 8 and 9 years old. They're walking around with AK-47.
Yeah, no, they've been doing that. Like, I heard about that in
Mm-hmm.
Liberia.
It was going on for a while.
Fucking, you ever heard of General Butt Naked?
Mm-hmm.
That dude's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched the documentary on him, I don't need to tell you. He'll tell you himself.
Well, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I was telling people on there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there, man.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years from now, that could be our country.
I'm telling you, man.
5 years, who knows?
I'm losing faith in this country. I'll be honest with you. I am.
How did you have faith in it as a black man?
I thought about it yesterday.
That's crazy because you see there are two extremes in this world right now of because Justin and Paul are one extreme and you're just another.
Yeah, but it's like a what would be the word? It's a conundrum. I think conundrum
Yeah.
would be the word because I love America. I love America, but I hate it too.
You love it because it's where you grew up.
I love it because I have certain freedoms I might not have had in other places.
Yeah.
I have a standard of life that I might not have had in other places. But I'm walking around with, what is it called, what do they call that?
PTSD.
I'm walking around with it. I got it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because every time I go north of 8 Mile, in the back of my head, I'm always looking for that police car. Not consciously, but in my mind. I'm always looking in the rearview mirror, always looking, waiting for them lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To come out. I drive along, maybe sitting on the side of the road, and my heart, for a minute, like, I hope he doesn't pull me over. You know, I don't want any communication with any police. Now I can drive around Detroit. Don't get me wrong, the wrong policeman in Detroit could be a pain in the ass too.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? But in the suburbs, I don't stand a chance. Period. Because that guy woke up in the wrong side of bed this morning, and he see me, or maybe he might be a Proud Boy. I don't know. He could be. He could be a white supremacist. He could be a police officer. I don't know. He could be. So once I leave the confines of Detroit, I'm always on the look. I'm on a paranoid. And it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
But see, I come from the history of when they used to, you walk down the street, police car pull over, hey, come here. Come up to the car and grab you, please, right to the door. Turn. You're standing there and they're doing like that. You punch you in the stomach. Get the fuck home. I ain't know. Police just pull over. Just fuck with you. I seen the word, dude. They take a couple of guys and throw them in the car. There'd be 4 of them in there. They used to call them the Big 4. They'd be in a big black sedan. And they'll call you over there, you go over there, get in the car. You get in the car. You're sitting between 2 big motherfuckers, right? They'll take you in the alley, beat shit out of you. And they'll tell you, you know why we beat the shit out of you? Because all the shit you did and we didn't to catch you.
They just assume you did shit.
Yeah. You had to.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get beat up. I got pulled over a lot, but never beat up. Never a lot.
One time they threatened to throw me out of a window that was 4 stories up. A couple of police officers threatened to throw me out the window because I wouldn't tell them where the cocaine was. I had no cocaine. What no cocaine? I had no damn. Where's the coke? Where's the
That's
coke?
all they asked for. They didn't ask for the
They
weed.
were looking for cocaine and heroin. They just knew I had some cocaine. I'm like, man, I ain't got no fucking coke. Look out that fucking window.
Damn, that's not right. People have that power.
Yeah, no. But that's why I'm kind of paranoid because of what's going on in our country right now.
Yeah, I know. That side's really fighting. They're scratching and clawing as hard as they can.
They're trying to overthrow the government and
They know
create
it's
a
their
new
last-
system.
Well, they know it's their last ditch effort. They have no
Yeah.
other choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But my fear is I don't know how many of them are in the United States. I don't know how many of them there are. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of them because a lot of them voted for him twice. So it's a lot of them. And that's the paranoia I live under. Because they don't want my kind. They want me around. If they could get rid of me, they would. Either that or bring slavery back. They would do it.
I think that
If they could get away with it, they would
the
do it.
extreme ones, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, the ones that own the prisons.
They would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but I think they're past the point of color. I think they're past.
No.
I don't know,
No.
man.
Let me tell you right now, dude.
But
It's-
what I
it's
mean
some-
by that is, when I say color, I don't mean white and black. I mean black, Asian,
Yeah.
anything not white.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But if tomorrow a genie came up and said, "All right, white people, we can get rid of all the non-whites tomorrow if you guys vote yes," I think they would win. Now it's just white people voting, not black people or Asians.
I don't know, man.
I know it's tight. It's tight. I'm telling you,
It's very tight.
It's tight.
It's very tight. Because there's like, I'm trying to think of people in my life, because obviously I wouldn't vote for it.
You're right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? My wife wouldn't vote.
And most people of common sense wouldn't vote.
Yeah, but there's still a
But
good
there's still
percentage
a lot
of
of
people who
them.
aren't of common sense. And I believe it's pop. I believe it's the sugar and the fucking alcohol.
Yeah,
and the
it's all
different
of
shit.
that. Yeah, it's all of that. It's all of that. 'Cause I watched on YouTube a guy, he just goes around and asks quick questions to people. He went to West Virginia. And it, oh, I mean, the people didn't know anything. They were, I mean, it blows my mind.
They keep them uneducated
I know.
on purpose.
It's crazy. And you can only feel sorry for them. You know,
There's like
they've been misled.
there's a great show on Hulu called Solar Opposites, and it's basically these aliens show up to our planet and they're supposed to like terraform it and turn, whatever.
Make it
But
livable for them.
they're not very smart aliens. They're like, I mean, they're smart, but
But yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It goes awry, and they end up meeting these other aliens that are already on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Have been there forever in hiding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing and hiding. And it turns out that they didn't know about them because they were the upper class that the working class had no idea existed.
Yeah.
And the upper class did no work. They just lived off the working class, who didn't know they existed. So then they all left early and never saw the fucking thing that was supposed to and they made the working class finish doing the thing before the
Didn't-
planet blew up. Yeah. Like that's what I think they want to get it back to kings and queens.
Mm-hmm.
With fucking, what's his name buying all that fucking farmland?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to get it back. Well, I think they like that. They like that. What's that, a monarchy? Is that a monarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is that if you want to have power, being president isn't the way to do it.
Yeah, because the president's fleeting.
Yeah.
See, that's a fleeting
It's
thing.
an opinion.
That's
It doesn't
why-
even have much power.
That's why the president doesn't have the highest security clearance, because he's temporary. They're not gonna give him top security clearance to hear everything.
Yeah, I'm good.
There are somebody told me there are 16 levels of security over the president. 16 more layers.
That's stupid.
That's how they work.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where how do you get out of the system? Because every system is set up like it. You go to China, you're fucked.
Well, you know what it is.
Because you can't be yourself. you
Enough
can't be
people have to
fine.
be fed up with the system for it to change. Like the storming of the Bastille in France.
Yeah, I know. Like fucking.
Off with their
Russia.
heads and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, in Russia.
Yeah.
And in India.
Yeah. But it's a matter of making sure you don't put in something worse, like they did in Russia.
Without a doubt. But
That's the scary part, because when it gets to that point, if you don't do it slowly over time, and you do it by revolution, you're rolling the dice on what you get on the other end.
yeah, it has to be. You have to be broad thinking. You can't. See, the problem is most people believe most of the stuff that people they believe in say, whether it's a lie or the truth.
Yeah.
They're all in. They're all in. That's why it's best not to be all in with anybody.
I know.
You know, like when I was coming up, give you an example of what I mean. When I was coming up, at school, they taught me, teachers and counselors, taught me either you go to college or you go into the service. What? It's the college or you go into the Army or the Air Force. That's what that's what it was all about. You only had two choices. At least they only gave you two choices. You had a choice to do whatever you wanted to do. But being a kid, you know.
Hey, you're also talking about a time when they were trying to get people in the military.
It's the same now, though.
Well, now
it's not a draft.
Well, now it's worse because you have to go to the military to get to the fucking school.
If you're poor,
yeah,
the military is a way out. At least that's how.
A way to go to school, yes.
Yeah, or to buy a house.
I mean, what's fucking buying a house gonna do? You gotta pay fucking ridiculous taxes on it.
That's not how.
So they just take that shit.
But that's not what they teach you.
I know it's not what
They teach you to get married.
They teach you that a house is an asset, but it's not.
Right. It's more of an albatross than anything else.
Yeah, you need
the
it.
way you have to pay for it is. It always blew my mind. You can buy a $100,000 car, pay for it in 8 years. You buy a $100,000 home on payment plans like the car one. It takes you 15 to 30 years. Why is that?
So it's more affordable because the car payment at $100,000 is like ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if I can pay for the car in 8 years, why can't I pay for the house in 8
You
years?
can if you get the right mortgage.
Yeah,
Or
you
you
can.
You can, but
You can.
because people are taught that it's supposed to be an investment. You're supposed to buy the house and then live in it
Well,
for
they take
10
out-
to 15 years. That way you can, it appreciates in value, and then you can use the value to do different things if you want to.
Now, over in Asia, you can't do that. They don't have mortgages.
Okay.
You save up the money to buy the house. You pay cash for it.
Or land contract.
No. You pay cash. There's no mortgages. None. Blew my mind when I heard that. You
Well,
pay
mortgage
cash.
is different than cash. Or mortgage and land contracts are different.
Yeah, because there's interest involved.
No.
Yeah.
Because of the ownership.
A
When
mor-
I give you a land contract, it's meaning that I own the house. I have the deed, it's my house.
Right. That's different
When I
from
give
a
you a
mortgage.
mortgage, I'm giving you the cash. I'm
To
giving
buy
you-
the house.
To buy the house, which means you only owe me the cash, not technically the house.
Yeah, but you own the house. Really. The house is yours.
Technically, yes, I get the house if you don't pay, but I gave you cash. I didn't give you
Right.
a house.
I understand.
So, I'm just wondering, like, okay, I get what you're saying. I'm sure it depends on
We
where
would
you're
be
at.
so much better off if we didn't have mortgages.
Then people wouldn't be able to afford houses.
Yes, they would. Believe me, they would. People in Asia do it. What are you talking about?
Because the market's not infatuated.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
It's dried up. pretty
It's a
quick.
whole different system set up over there.
Yeah.
It's a whole different system.
Because they're older than us.
They didn't figure it out.
They're not built by people who are pissed off for paying them debt.
They figured out that you're better off just saving up your money and buying a house straight out. Then it's yours. All I gotta do is pay taxes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the taxes are.
It's just like mortgage companies are just like when
Middlemen.
people take loans out to go to school.
Yeah, they're middlemen.
It's the same shit, man.
Yeah.
They got you by
'Cause
the neck.
it used to be land contract, so the way it worked is I would give you the house and I would give it to you if I trusted you type shit. So it built more relationships.
Yeah.
Whereas the mortgage companies just gained
And,
them
and,
out.
and I'm not right, and I'm not charging you interest or anything
No,
like
you
that.
charge interest.
Well, no, it's so little. On land contract, it is
It's
so
not very
little.
much on mortgages anymore either.
Yeah. Well, over the years it is. My parents bought the house that I'm living in now. They bought that house in 1967 for $18,000. How much you think they paid for it? Over the 30-year mortgage?
26?
No, way more than that. Way more than that. The Well,
Yeah, you're talking about at a time when basically they had to take it up the ass
The-
in order to get a mortgage. So yeah, you're talking double. The 3,600, 36,000, probably double.
at least.
At least double.
At
yeah.
least that. Yeah. At least that.
Yeah, because in order to even get a house back then or a mortgage back then, you had to go through people who were shady as fuck.
Yep.
Because the regular banks wouldn't talk to black people.
Yep. They had different prices for black folks, even if they let you buy a house in that area.
What year was that?
60.
Was it before or after the Civil Rights Act?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably after, because it probably was a neighborhood that you guys couldn't move into until after the Civil Rights Act.
Well, yeah, you know, in fact, it was a Jewish neighborhood when we moved over there.
Yeah,
It was, you know, it was like 80% Jewish,
yeah.
you know, and
There's no synagogue, there's no church.
as soon as we moved in, for sale size, and within,
You really saw that happen.
yes, and within,
Holy shit.
within 2 years, almost all of them were gone. They were replaced with black people.
Did that make you happier or madder? Like, how did you feel?
I didn't have any feeling about it at
Oh,
all.
okay.
I really did.
You get friends out of the whole situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always was the type of person that had friends and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
community.
you've been friends with the Jewish kids.
Oh, yeah.
Black kids.
I remember all of their names. To this day, I remember all of their names. To
That's
this day.
insane. Because they show like there's TV shows now that are kind of doing that kind of stuff, showing that with the way it was, and it's like, God damn, I can't imagine. Like,
It was weird too because I moved over there and I met just down the street, 4 houses down, was a guy named Jeff Shine. And I met him and we were kind of tight, you know. He'd come down to my house and over his house. We'd ride bikes together and shit. And then one day, he was gone. I was from another guy. A month later, he was gone. You know?
and they probably went to farm. No, they probably went to Southfield.
They went to Southfield and Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood Fort. Where's that at?
Where all the big houses are, Palmerwood, Sherwood.
Oh.
Okay,
University.
it's
yeah.
called Sherwood. Okay, off of 8 Mile
Yeah.
between Livernois and Woodward.
Yes, I know. what
That's
you're
called Sherwood Forest.
talking about. Yes.
And then above of that, the bigger houses
It's
are
Palmer.
Palmerwood.
Yeah, Palmerwood. Sherwood Forest is the one that because we might still be able to get a place in there.
Yeah,
But the prices aren't so bad that you can't.
it's a.
But you're gonna get one that needs, $100,000 in rebuild probably. Because there's some dilapidated, fucking, never been updated
Yeah,
places
in there, there are,
from 100 years ago.
and
That's what's amazing is shit was there 100 years ago.
yeah.
Like big ass houses, just this big ass
I'm
neighborhood.
telling you, there's a couple of
On the
castles.
outskirts, and you used to they have to be able like there was a tram that took you on Outer Drive, wasn't there? And one down Woodward that would take you right into the city.
On Outer Drive.
I heard there was a trolley or train at one point on Outer Drive
It may have been.
that went the whole Outer Drive route. That was kind of the purpose of it.
It might have been.
Because that's the outer part of the city.
I think that might have been an electric bus
Oh, maybe.
or trolley. It might have been back then. Yeah, yeah, it probably was. Because I
They
remember when
sold it in the
They-
50s or something.
they sold all of the trolleys to Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the 50s or some shit.
yeah. Because I remember when downtown, there was electric buses everywhere. I had all those electrical wires.
Yeah.
Because it ran, these two things would come up and touch it, must have take off. So we had electric buses back then.
That's what I'm saying, and it was that was a trolley system. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's in Mexico still to this day. They use it.
I'm sure it is.
It's unbelievable. It could that's one of the reasons the city failed.
See, Mexico and Cuba, and Cuba's like that too.
They let the corporate companies basically dictate the city, and they destroyed it by running the black people out. Well, not running them out.
Well-
by taking away their fucking land, and then Chinese people too. And then you add in the fact that they took away the transit, which is the thing that helped make the city what it was. So it became a city where you had to have money to have a car.
I saw something the other day. They were talking about Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
about it.
So
I mean, I didn't know about it until last whatever.
I didn't realize how many cities they did the same thing they did Detroit. Now we had Black Bottom, we had our own downtown. Free went through there. I found out they did it in over 130 cities
Yeah,
in the United States.
they used it
During the same period of time.
Yeah, with the interstate system.
Mhm.
They used the interstate system as a way to fucking structurally decimate the black community.
Yep. Take away all the black business.
Yeah. Oh, we're just gonna put it right through here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man.
Dude, it's insane.
And it's just still going on. It's still going on to a certain degree. Because in Detroit, man, most of the supermarkets in Detroit sell bad food.
Yeah, I know.
Because they don't have
They don't have good food.
They
Unless
don't
you go to
have-
Whole Foods.
yeah, but I mean, you gotta go all the way down to Wayne State to get to Whole Food.
Well, I mean, you just go ride on the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't fucking know.
But
You got Myers now?
Whole Foods ain't cheap.
No, I've never been in it.
Oh, you never been to Whole Foods?
It's owned by Amazon.
You never been there?
No, why would I?
Oh my God.
There isn't one around here.
You're right. But I've been in them before. Oh, well,
I
This
can't
one-
even think of it.
there's one downtown now. There's one on Woodward and
Yeah, that's Wayne State.
yeah,
Yeah,
Woodward.
there's that one, but I don't know the fucking there's one somewhere north in
Yeah.
Birmingham or some shit like
Yeah,
that. but
got
I've never
one.
been
I've
there.
never been there either.
Yeah, why would I go to that fucking place?
Oh, you know where it is? It's right there at 15 Mile and Crooks. I think it's 15 Mile and Crooks right there. There's one. Whole Foods, a big one. But yeah, I used to go in there and have lunch for free. Just would hop around, eat all these, you'd be giving away all kind. Every aisle had
That's
something.
not a bad idea because
You got you have lunch.
Yeah, it's good, healthy food.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was a place where, because I listened to this podcast of this lady who worked at Whole Foods before Amazon bought it, and when Amazon bought it, they like they used to take care of their employees, and then
Yeah.
Amazon took over,
Yeah.
and then they started doing it the corporate way. So,
Yeah, of course they did.
yeah, and it just became.
I couldn't be corporate or management. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I could, but
I
that wouldn't be the way they are. I
I'm-
wouldn't do it that way. I
but I'm
would do
saying
it
that-
a different way.
Yeah, if they let you.
Well, I would never do it unless they let me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'd make sure that they didn't have a choice